problem 9. Here I'm told fx equals 9 sine x. They are asking me what is absolute value f prime x less equals. Well, let's see. What is f prime x to begin with, right? F of x equals 9 sine x. All right. So what is f prime x? F prime of x equals, well, it's simple derivative. Derivative of sine is cosine x. All right. But what do we know about cosine x? Cosine x, if you remember the graph of cosine x, let me remind you, y equals cosine x. Looks like this, up and down, up and down. All right. So it goes, the maximum it goes as 1 and the minimum it goes as negative 1. All right. So I hope it's clear. It goes from 1 and now what about 9 cosine x? Aha, it looks like something has happened. 9 cosine x, maximum is 9, minimum is negative 9. All right, what does that mean? It goes from top to bottom. So let me get the diagram of 9 cosine x here. So that is, the highest it goes is 9, the minimum it goes is negative 9. So what does that mean? The absolute value, right? Absolute value of f prime of x, okay, is less equals 9. Do you understand? Because even if it's negative, if I take absolute value, the minimum it goes is negative 9. So when I take absolute value, it comes to back up. At most it goes to positive 9. So this is a 9. Now, they're talking something about mean value theorem. What is this quantity? Absolute value of FA minus FB. Aha, these are some endpoints for any point A and B. So look, now let's understand our function fx. Fx is continuous on all of real numbers. Okay, so fx is continuous on any interval, closed interval, a comma b. So that's a given because it's continuous everywhere on the real line. It is continuous on any smaller set. What about the derivative? Well, you have been able to find the derivative and you know it exists everywhere. So what does that mean? It means my f prime fx is differentiable on all of real number line. So fx is differentiable on open interval AB. Okay, so what does this mean? This item and this item together tells me the hypotheses of the mean value theorem are satisfied. Okay, the hypotheses of the mean value theorem are satisfied. So conclusion, there is a number C between A and B such that f prime at C is the fraction, right, fb minus fa over b minus a. This is okay. But what do we know about the derivative? Derivative is bounded by 9. Yeah, you understand? So what happens here then? It tells me f prime at C, the absolute value, f prime at c is less than or equal to 9. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to 9. So absolute value is absolute value of this. So that tells me absolute value of the fraction fb minus fa over b minus a, this fraction absolute value is less than or equal to 9. Now notice I can simplify this. Absolute value of a fraction is absolute value of the top, absolute value of the bottom. So in other words, I have an absolute value upstairs, fb minus fa, and I have an absolute value downstairs, b minus a. This fraction is less than or equal to 9. Continuing, what do I get? Look, I can multiply by the denominator on the right hand side. I get absolute value fb minus fa is less than or equal to 9 times absolute value b minus a. And that's all they want. Absolute value of b minus fa is less than or equal to what times absolute value? A minus b is same as b minus a. So this quantity is a 9. All right. Until next problem then.